Hello! It's so nice to see everybody's posts online and collab. It's been such a rich discussion. I've been trying to keep up and read, and I was like, well, I will respond to everybody through video. And so first I wanted to say, yeah, I love how you are sharing resources, sharing technologies, sharing what you've done in the classroom, different types of classroom approaches and activities. It's been absolutely a blast to see the read the forums. And so I love the parts about the explicit metacognition, really helping students, really helping model for the students how to set goals and follow them, and maybe how it might take a little while to reach some goals, but to keep trying and keep at it, I think is really important for helping students develop these sort of lifelong learning skills that, if you consider, are probably more important than any specific content that they will probably forget in 5 years, right? I hate to say that, of course, but truthfully, that's probably the case. The format of assessments that some of you are doing such amazing work in terms of trying to incorporate different formats of assessing, not just text or multiple choice, but different ways that students can show or demonstrate that they've mastered the material or the skills that you want them to be able to have. I just have to say, isn't Run DMC timeless? I mean, exposing students to Run DMC, how bad could that be? I understand the need for more current work, but I also think that students can appreciate the classics, the golden oldies. But anyway, I did want to say a little bit about learning styles, just to be very clear. I know we talked about this before in the first week, and I'll send out a resource. It's a really good summary with the email that I send out. But just to make sure that when people talk about learning styles, so yeah, people have preferences for how they would like to learn. But just because you have preferences doesn't mean that your information or instruction should only match your learning style. So there's no research to show that that's good, and in fact, the only research shows that that can be detrimental. So if you imagine, if you provide multiple types of representations or multiple modes of types of information, so say audio and visual as well as kinesthetic, then students can start to make connections across those formats. And that is what can be really, really beneficial for students to develop deep comprehension of concepts. Whereas if you think, you know, I'm a visual learner, so I just want things in videos, and you only get things in videos, and that can shortchange those students because they're not making those connections across what they did physically or what they're reading or what they're hearing. So just to be very, very clear, I just wanted to put this out there because I know that I know that, of course, it's a very fine distinction between having options for diverse learners, so not just the one size 10 shoe for everybody, but making sure that it's different types of instruction that can then connect for learners or help students connect these types of concepts across these settings. If you can imagine, if you only give students one type or one mode of representation, then that's like only working out your one bicep on your one arm. And so you're going to have like this awesome huge bicep, but then your left arm is going to be completely wimpy. So your mind is a muscle. It's the same thing. It's more you practice, the more it can build. And so you want to make sure that talking about learning styles, it's being able to provide multiple representations and multiple modes of instruction for students. And I think many of you are doing exactly that. It's just that typically the case is just through lectures or through reading, and that can be limiting for students. And so providing different ways that you all are all talking about on the discussions is really fabulous and wonderful to see. So we're closing out the section on UDL, and we're entering into our building upon the UDL and TPACK discussions to talk about specific strategies and for ways to incorporate instructional technology into your classroom. So knowing now what you have learned about TPACK and about UDL, we are going to start trying to develop some sort of a strategy for how you can implement implement technologies in classrooms. So to sort of close out what we're doing with UDL, you have an assignment of revising your website. And this is just sort of to have a time to take a breath and use the feedback that you've got from the technology proficiencies, from all of the work that you've been doing to sort of firm up your website and make all those changes that I know many of you are wanting to make. If you have any questions, please shoot us an email. The second assignment that you have is 2 cases of technology implementation. So what that is these cases, which are either a half page or a page and a half in length, should be talking about some sort of technology enhanced instruction that you have either used or that you plan to see used in your future work environment, for those of you who aren't teaching right now or aren't teachers at all, but just some sort of scenario where technology is being used to enhance instruction. The examples include choosing technologies to get students involved in discussion, trying to accomplish some sort of real-time dynamic assessment. So real cases from your classroom, great, fantastic. Just describing those cases will be wonderful. So the context of what these cases will be used for is that the next